Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Nilanjana's exclusive English lessons. My name is Nilanjana Sarkar, and I am here to help you with Tempest Act 3 MCQs. This is the third video in the series of Tempest, and you know that my only objective is to help you score good marks in your exam so that you can clarify all your doubts about Tempest. Okay, so let's begin. The first question: what is the mood of Caliban, Stefano, and Trincolo at the beginning of scene 2? Is it somber, is it solemn, or is it light-hearted? Now, if you have read Act 3, there are 3 scenes. I have jumbled up all the questions so that it gives you a comprehensive idea about the entire Act 3. So, in scene 2, we know that all of these 3 were completely drunk and they were very happy. They were in a very happy mood. So, therefore, we'll go with the answer. They were light-hearted. The second one: where was Prospero during Miranda and Ferdinand's conversation in scene 1? He was present there listening to the conversation. He was hidden close by and listening to the conversation, or he was in his cave practicing magic. Prospero was hidden close by. He was there. He was invisible in the eyes of Ferdinand and Miranda. However, he was listening to the conversation. So he was there. He was visible to the audience. We know as readers he was there, but to Miranda and Ferdinand, he was completely invisible. But he was listening to the conversation. The third one: how does Miranda react when Ferdinand works? Does she feel sympathetic? Does she feel angry? Does she feel helpless? Okay, so here we know that Miranda and Ferdinand, they're absolutely, love at first sight. That is what we can see in Act 3, Scene 1. I would not say love at first sight. It's rather love at first shipwreck. Because when Miranda and Ferdinand, they meet and they fall in love almost immediately after Ferdinand is shipwrecked on the island. So that's the reason I feel that it's not love at first sight, but love at first shipwreck. Okay, all right, jokes apart, what was her feelings? We know that she was sympathetic, like she was weeping and she was so sad to see her lover doing all the hard work for her. So therefore, Miranda feels really sympathetic. Fourth question: what is Ferdinand doing at the beginning of scene 1? Was he plotting against Prospero? Is he carrying heavy logs, or he's playing a game of chess? So Ferdinand, we know that he was carrying piles of log because he was that was one of the ways that Prospero wanted to test like how much he really loved Miranda. So we'll go with the B option. He was carrying heavy logs. Fifth question: what is Prospero's reaction when he sees Miranda and Ferdinand conversing? He feels happy and satisfied. He feels angry as Miranda has disobeyed him. He feels agitated and he wants revenge. Now, what as a father, usually when somebody sees his daughter getting into such close conversation, obviously as a dad, people would feel very angry. But contrary, Prospero feels very happy and satisfied. Why? There is no reason for this. The only reason is that was his motive, right? To basically make them fall in love so that he can get his revenge. So from that point of view, he's really happy and satisfied. Okay, like quite contrary to what we have in our daily life. Sixth one: what kind of characteristic trait Miranda has when she expresses her love for Ferdinand? She's coy and modest. She acts naturally and impulsively. She is reclusive. Now, coy, what is the meaning of coy and modest? It means somebody who's really shy and very feminine and, doesn't want to express her feelings out of shyness. So here, Miranda, yes, we know that she's really a good girl in that way. But here, she is so madly in love with Ferdinand that she acts naturally and impulsively. What does she say? If you have read the play carefully, what does she actually say? She says that away with bashful coyness, right? That's what she tells. That means I don't want to be feeling coy and shy and modest, and I don't want to like keep my feelings to myself. Rather, she was very open about her feelings, and she said that I just want to be your wife. I'm so madly in love with you. So she is, she acts naturally and impulsively. All right. Yes. And in the meantime, my dear students, those who are visiting this channel for the first time, and those of you who don't know me, my name is Nilanjana Sarkar. I'm your English language teacher and I create videos for English learners. I cater to ICSE, ISC, and CBSE students. I also conduct my online classes. So if you are here for the first time and if you think this video is giving you a lot of helpful content, please go and hit the subscribe button. That's my only motivation and my only reward, because I want all of you to score well. And but do not hesitate to subscribe and hit the like button if you think you are getting benefited from these videos. Okay, and thank you so much, because the first two videos of Tempest Act 1 and Act 2, I have got a very good response, and I'm getting requests also from all of you that, ma'am, make a video on Act 5, make a video on all the acts. So that's the reason I'm doing a lot of hard work. Actually, this video has come after a long time because I was busy with the exams. It's February month and board exams are almost knocking at the door. So in the midst of all my classes and other commitments, I am really putting in a lot of hard work to create fresh content for all of you. And that's the reason that I was a little late. And I'm sorry for that, because I promised all of you that I'll be back with Act 3. Right, but it took a little time. But anyways, you all watch the video till the end, because I'm giving you 25 MCQs. And my dear students, these questions are absolutely fresh, curated by me, not taken from any guidebook, from nothing. I've just curated the content absolutely by myself. So if you think this is really helpful, please go and motivate me by giving a like, and you can also share it with your friends, those who need help with Tempest. Okay, I don't want to waste further time. Let me dive in and go to question number 7. What makes Ferdinand do his labor without feeling tired? He has done such labor before. He is very strong and powerful. Thought of Miranda, who he loves, makes his job easy. He has done such labor before. Of course not. He's a prince, and how we cannot expect a prince to carry, logs of wood. He is very strong and powerful. Yes, of course he is, because we know that he had swum all the way from when there was a shipwreck and after the tempest. That's how he had come to this island. But that's not the case over here. The thought of Miranda, who he loves, makes his job easy. Like, he's so much in love that he tells that for Miranda, I can just do anything. So therefore, the C option is the correct one. Who is playing mischief in scene 2? Is it Stefano? Is it Ariel? Is it Ferdinand? Now, in scene 2, what happens? We see the 3 drunken rogues, Stefano, Trincolo, and Caliban. They are drunk and they are in a conversation which is very, very humorous. But in between, Ariel comes and he plays mischief. And due to that mischief, there is a tiff between Stefano and Trincolo, right? So the mischief player here is none other than Ariel. Move on to the 9th question. What time is suitable for killing Prospero according to Caliban? Now, Caliban is plotting with Stefano, basically. And he tells that, you have to go and kill my master and I'm ready to serve you. And he also tells the time, which is very suitable for killing Prospero. And that is during his afternoon nap, during his morning study, or at night when he is asleep. The answer is during his afternoon nap. 10th question, what needs to be destroyed that belongs to Prospero? Is it his magic rope, magic wand, or magic books? Caliban clearly mentions that when you kill Prospero, you also have to destroy his magic books, because those are the books which give him the power. So therefore, he tells that the magic books also needs to be destroyed. 11th question, how does Stefano wish to punish Trincolo if he is a mutineer? Now, what is the meaning of the word mutineer? Means somebody who is rebellious, who rebels. So how does Stefano wish to punish Trincolo? Throw him in the ocean, hang him on the next tree, beat him black and blue. So there are a couple of times where Stefano gets irritated with Trincolo and threatens to punish him. So in one such instance, he tells that if you prove to be a mutineer, then I'm going to hang you on the next tree. So therefore, in this case, the B option is the correct one. The clue, in case if you get confused with this question, the clue is the word mutineer, because he mentions this in the drama. So my dear students, reading the drama is also very essential. If you want to crack all the MCQs, yes, close reading of the text is required. 12th question, why are the drunken rogues included in scene 2? What is the reason that these 3 characters indulge in a lot of buffoonery? Why? Why did Shakespeare include this? To provide comic relief, and show the evil nature of Caliban, provide information about Prospero. Yes, provide comic relief is correct because we laugh a lot because the kind of stupidity they all do, we literally start laughing. It amuses everyone. But it also shows the evil nature of Caliban, right? Because when he's trying to lure Stefano away for killing Prospero, he just talks about all the, even says that, in case if you want to get Miranda, then you have to kill Prospero. That's really evil of him. That shows a very dirty side of his mind. Okay, so 13th one, next one. Why is Alonso depressed at the beginning of scene 3? For the loss of his son, for getting tired after a long walk, for getting his daughter married far away. In this part, scene 3, I have mentioned. So you have to be very particular. Why does he feel tired at the beginning? Because they were searching. They were searching for Ferdinand, and he feels that he's not going to get back his son anymore, and probably he is no longer there, no longer alive. So therefore, for the supposed loss of his son is the correct answer. Which shape does Ariel take? Scene 3. The 14th question, Harpy, Goblin, and Nymph. So in scene 3, when Ariel enters along with other invisible creatures, in various shapes and sizes, he comes as a harpy. So the answer is the harpy. We move on to the 14th one. 15th question, who can hear Ariel's speech in scene 3? Is it Gonzalo, Sebastian, Antonio, Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Sebastian, Adrian, and Francisco? Now in scene 3, there are many characters who enter the scene, but when Ariel gives the speech, there are only 3 characters who can hear. And there is a reason for that, because these 3 characters are guilty. They are supposed to feel the guilt in their heart. And that's the reason that the speech which is given by Ariel is only heard by Alonso, Sebastian, and Antonio. All right. 16th question. According to Caliban, what needs to be taken away from Trincolo to make him behave well? His bottle, his teeth, his wild costume. Now, Trincolo, you know that, first of all, is drunk. Not only Trincolo, it's also Caliban who is drunk, and even Stefano who is drunk, right? But again, when Trincolo and Caliban get into an argument, Caliban gets so angry and he tells that, if you really want this man to behave well, you need to take away his bottle because he's drinking and is behaving weird. So therefore, his bottle needs to be taken away from him. Now, wild costume, what is the significance of a wild costume? Now, in the drama, Trincolo, we know, is a jester, right? So the dress that he is wearing is a very funny kind of a costume that he wears, like how a clown wears. So therefore, the concept of wild costume has been brought over here. But no, of course, in this case, it is the bottle is the answer. 17th question, what does Sebastian tell about unicorn in scene 3 after seeing the spirits dance around him? Sebastian tells that unicorns don't exist. They exist, or they exist just like Phoenix. Now here Sebastian brings a comparison that unicorn and Phoenix, which people think that they don't exist, but now after seeing these creatures which are so strange in this deserted island, I feel that somehow they exist. So they exist just like Phoenix. 18th question, how does Caliban tempt Stefano to kill Prospero? By luring him about Miranda, by giving him a barrel of wine, by teaching him magic. Caliban's evil mind is very evident when he tells Stefano that if you kill Prospero, you also have a chance of getting Miranda. So therefore, he actually lures him about Miranda. So that's the answer, 18th A. We go to the 19th one. The 19th one, what does Gonzalo compare the island with when he is too tired to walk further? Remember that in the beginning of scene 1, all these characters are really exhausted after they have been searching for Ferdinand for a long time. And after some time, they literally cannot walk anymore. First of all, Gonzalo is quite old and he tells that my bone literally aches. I cannot walk any further. Even Alonso is tired. So here Gonzalo also compares the island to something. So what is it? Is it prison? Is it maze? Is it mysterious place? So he compares it to a maze. Now, what is a maze? In Hindi, we say bulbulaya, something that, it really perplexes us. When we move around this place, we always tend to come back to the same place. Like we feel like it's the same place. So that's a maze. 20th one, what do the strange figures do? Strange figures in the sense in Act 3, Scene 3. What do the strange figures do? They express with clear gestures, they stand still, they express with their speech. If you remember that these strange figures, they express just with gestures, they don't even speak a word. So, all right, we're going to go with 20th A, first option, they express with clear gestures. Now, my dear students, we are left with the last 5 questions. 21st question, where does the phoenix tree exist according to Sebastian? In Naples, in Arabia, in Tunis. Sebastian tells that all these while, whenever I've heard people speaking about phoenix, unicorn, I always thought that, these things, they don't exist. But now after seeing these creatures, I feel that they exist just like in Arabia. So he brings about the topic of Arabia, which is like an exotic land, and some, a lot of unusual things happen there. Things about unicorn, tales about phoenix, all this I have heard, and it still exists there. And after this incident, where I have seen these creatures moving around like this, I will also say that yes, these things do exist in Arabia. 22nd one, what is a harpy? Now, Ariel enters the scene as a harpy, right? So what is a harpy? It is a big black bird-like creature. Is it a magical horse? Is it a nymph? So answer is, it's a big black bird-like creature. So this is how Ariel enters the scene and scares them off. 23rd question, poor worm, thou art infected. What is the infection being referred to by Prospero? This again, we move on to Act 3, Scene 1. Remember that in this scene, when Prospero looks at Miranda and Ferdinand from a distance, he is so happy and satisfied to see them in love. So this infection that he's talking about is actually the infection of love, the growing attraction between Ferdinand and Miranda. So the options, I will read the options also. Is it Ariel who is enslaved with his charms? Is it Caliban who's infected with worms as a punishment? Or is it the growing attraction between Ferdinand and Miranda? All right, the 24th one. Why were Alonso, Sebastian not able to use their sword to attack the spirits? Why? Even though they try to draw out their sword, but still they're not able to use it. Why? Because they had become too heavy, they had become blunt, or they were of no use. Actually, they had become too heavy. The last question, why was Alonso so bewildered when he heard the name of Prospero? He was stunned to hear about him, who was dead many years back, as his knowledge or his guilt conscience makes him remember the sin he committed in usurping Prospero's dukedom, or he thought that the island was enchanted. All right, so the answer is the B one. He was guilty, because even if you see that Alonso right now is depressed and he's crying for his son, but he was also very much responsible in usurping Prospero's dukedom. He had joined hands with Antonio at that time, right? So he's also terribly guilty. And when we do a mistake, that guilt remains in our heart. So here, the moment he hears the name of Prospero, he's taken back to years back when he had committed a crime, taking away forcefully his dukedom and throwing him out of the kingdom in the middle of the night with his tiny daughter. That's the reason he's so bewildered when he heard the name of Prospero. All right. So my dear students, that brings us to the end of 25 MCQs. And if you have done your homework, like in the last video, I had asked you to read Act 3, keep it ready because I will be coming soon with the MCQs. So if you have done your homework, you were quite comfortable in answering the questions. But if you have not done, you have to go and read the Act 3 entirely. There are 3 scenes, Act 3, Scene 1, Scene 2, and Scene 3, right? So in all these 3 scenes, there's a lot of things which, happen in the Tempest. And I would say that, this lesson, this Tempest play, sometimes students, they tell me, ma'am, it's boring. How Miranda and Ferdinand, is it really possible that somebody can be so madly in love that, it's like, sometimes it's not very practical. It's more like, you can say, an idealized, romanticized version of love, which probably doesn't exist today. But yes, I agree to that part. But yes, in spite of all that, still this play is like full of unforgettable characters. And the more you delve into the play, you will see variety of themes like forgiveness, how at the end Prospero forgives everyone, how power can make somebody so evil that you can turn against your own brother. And by studying this, excellent drama, which is so relevant even today, you will understand about life. You will develop your critical thinking skills, and you will also feel empathy for all these characters from diverse backgrounds. Right? So, yes, keep reading, keep enjoying, and I will be back again with Act 4 and Act 5 very soon. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. And if you have, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and share this video with your friends. Thank you and see you soon. Bye bye.